Good morning. It's morning here, and I'm on my first cup of coffee, and I just couldn't wait to share some of my latest decisions with you guys. You'll recognize this piece from the memory roll videos that I've been making. Okay, and I have added another big piece here. And so this is coming along really, really good. But as I was making this, I'm not even through January yet, and I have all this roll created from items that I've already used this year. And I thought, Lynda, this roll is going to be 100 miles long by the end of the year. So you need to think up of something to do with it now, because it's just going to be too bulky and too large for you to just roll up as a display item. So I really thought long and hard about it, and I thought, you know what? I moved into a new house in January of last year. July of last year. And I have this one wall over my couch that I haven't selected any artwork for yet. It's a big blank wall, and it's just been really bothering me, but I wanted something really special for that wall. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a wall hanging out of this memory roll. Now I'm going to continue making the roll, but I'm going to keep the sections about the same length here. I may at times shorten or lengthen depending on, because the wall hanging doesn't have to be, for me, it doesn't have to be square, rectangle, exactly. In fact, it can be all whoppy-doodled, and I would love it more. So I'm going to continue to make the roll pieces approximately the same length, and you will notice that on each side now I have used these raggy strips that I make, this raggy trim that I sew out of, and I sew this on the machine. It's just much, much faster. And I have so many scraps. So, but I'm using these as like a sashing in between. And what I will do, this will be constructed kind of like a quilt, in that I'll have the rolls, and then I'll have the raggy trim as sashing on the inside, and then I will create some type of border for it. And then depending on its size, I will frame it or hang it. And I'm hoping that, I think I just want to hang it, and because I want it to be really a nice size. And you can see what, let's see, I don't really know. I think I have well, I don't see it now. I have oh, there it is. Let's see how long it is right now. It is 27 inches long right now. I will probably be adding to that and making it longer, because I do think I want it to be at least 36 inches in length to go behind my couch on that wall. And it may even be longer than that, because I want it longer than it, I think, wide. So we'll just see how that works out through the year. But again, this will be a year-long project for me, no doubt, by the time I do all this, because besides this machine stitched trim, everything else is hand stitched on here, and I am hand stitching the trim to it also. So it's going to be lengthy. One of you suggested I might put words on these, and so I have done that, and I'm going to continue to do that. This says pins and needles. This says, when feeling low, it's time to sew. Just simple little words. And this is a button. I don't know if I told you that I covered in fabric, just a regular button that I put it on and gathered the fabric behind it and covered it like that. It's not covered with one of those machines that do that. This is left over because I'm thinking that I am going to make it longer, so I'm going to add a piece here, and this will go over that. And but however it works, and since it's a Scrappy project, and I like perfectly imperfect, there's no stress in this. I don't have to think about, oh, I'm not square, everything's not sized out, this will never work, that won't match that. It doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. If something isn't long enough, piece something else on it. For instance, this piece right here of Scrappy trim was only that long, so I had to come and piece another piece across there that I had that was shorter, the same trim. And so that works perfectly. Now I may come back later and embellish that by, you know, sewing something over it to cover the fact that there is a seam there, or I may not. Who cares? I don't really, and I know you don't, so we're just fine with that. Okay, but I wanted to bring you up to step on that, because those of you who are working on the memory roll and you just want to keep it as a memory roll, that's great. But like I said, with the amount of items and fabrics that I use, creating for my Etsy shop, creating for my YouTube channel, creating for myself, for my friends, so forth and so on, and because I use scraps, I mean, look, I haven't even completed a month, and that's how much scraps that I've, different items that I've already used. So you can imagine, before this month is over, I could probably add a complete new section, if not two. You can imagine in 12 months how big a roll I would have. And it just would be handy. Plus, you know, it's just like, I still think that's a great idea, and I might do that with something else and just create a roll to sit on a side table or something that somebody could unroll and look at. But this is going to be an heirloom piece. I'm going to make it to hang as a wall hanging over my couch, and I'm going to make it very good sized. So when I pass off the scene, my daughter will inherit it. And I think that would be something that she would really, really like to have. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to bring you up on that, and also show you the latest piece that I did right here. And if you have any little things like this, just any embellishments, and you want to use them, just go ahead. Don't be afraid. I put this on a tag that I made for a gift, and so that's why that one's on there. But you may not see all these fabrics in my YouTube projects, because like I said, I make things for my Etsy shop and for myself too, so some of this stuff you won't see, but believe me, they've all been used. Okay, and these scraps, of course, are mine, and they also are gifted to me from my friend who quilts quite heavily, and she has supplied me with so many wonderful quilting cotton scraps that it really gives me a lot to make these trim pieces with. Okay, you can see from this piece that I am staying true to my motto. I am staying very, very scrap happy, and I'm thrilled doing it. So until next time, you do the same. Bye-bye.